All right, let me test the audio real quick. The usual. Okay. All right, looks good. Hold on. All right, so Shalom. Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Raka Kodash. The honors to our apostles and elders of GMS, Great Millstone, who teach and rule well through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Peace, love, and salutations to the Akim in the four corners of this earth, pushing this word with all truth and sincerity. To the speckled bird Akim and Akwath out there who are tuned in, listening, and learning with the hopes of being delivered by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai from the perilous times that are about to unfold upon the face of the earth. Shalom. This is Nahal from James Kingston, Jamaica camp, and I'll be going into, as you can see, the title, Jamaica and the push. I need to add that in the title. I'll add that in the title, but Jamaica and the push for more public Wi-Fi hotspots, right? Push. Add this real quick for more. All right, so yeah, push for more public Wi-Fi hotspots, right? And also the Daisy Health technology or the health platform, what this is all about, and how it all ties into Revelation 13 and 16. Right, so for those who don't know what it is, let me just start off with it. It is Revelation 13, verse 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. You know what I mean? So that mark, it is the RFID microchip. That is the mark of the beast. And just as it states right here, all men will be caused a Esau Edom. That's who it refers to as he, right? The international banking elites, the men, right, that govern the earth right now, right? This is their agenda, and they are gonna cause, right, all men to take this, yo. You know what I mean? Whether it's rich or poor, free or bond, you know what I mean? Or small or great, right? And the reason why, sorry, the reason why none of these statuses are exempt from taking this is because of the position that the RFID microchip will be placed into, right? It will be placed into a position where if you don't have it, it's basically like you're not alive, because it's what will be holding all your information. And just as how we need information to do a whole lot of stuff, whether it's a passport and a visa to fly to travel to a different country, whether it's money to take a taxi, buy food, pay for your health, whether it's to give a doctor your health information, whether it's a birth certificate for recognition of yourself, a national ID, whatever it is, you name it, yo, that you need to operate in society, that you need to either get a job, get food, get a home, to pay to provide for your family. All of the information that's needed will be on or in this RFID microchip, and without it, you will be basically you will be an outcast to society, right? Regardless of if you want to be an outcast or not, right? You'll definitely need it in order to operate within the society that these men are bringing forth. And that is also what I'm gonna touch on to as well, the society that is being brought forth, the infrastructure being built, especially in a country like Jamaica. That's mainly what I'm touching on. And if a third world country like Jamaica is working this diligently and making this much progress in such an agenda, how much more so other countries as well, especially countries that are deemed first world countries, second world countries, right? So it says, and that no man might buy or sell, because this will host your money. Again, it will host all information. Information is what we need to live. Information is, let me say, vital to society, because how do you think the big techs make their money? Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, what's that thing again? TikTok. all of these major platforms make their money by information, right? Based off a person's information by data collected, right? And I'm not sure how the process works if they sell it to a third party member or what they do with it, but information is what let's say, information is what runs these big tech companies. So that shows you how vital information is to a person, right? So you'll need these specific information. I'm sure if you're a rich man or a poor man, a small man or a great man in regards to status, if you're even in prison or outside of prison, there are a few things, a few essential in life that you definitely need to carry on life, right? Money is one of them, that's for sure, right? A national ID is one of them. Health information for if you want health services, right? So all of these things, that's why the scripture goes on to say he caused it all, because it won't be a case where you'll be forced, you'll be exactly or extremely forced to take this, right? It's just going to be an option right there. It will become compulsory. It's either or. It's either you don't take it and you die for hunger, your family die for hunger, you become an outcast of society, you can't get any medical record or access government services, or you take it and everything's good, and they just leave it on the table and leave you to decide. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why I tell you cause it all, and that's what we're mainly touching on. um, Again, I have these articles right here. I'll go into them, but let me start out with Habakkuk. All right, Habakkuk 2. Habakkuk. Well, let me just start with the article. All right, I'll just start with the article. So let me zoom it up a bit. Hold on. All right, it says. All right, so this was published today, actually. Yeah, today, Thursday, September 30th. All right, so Daryl Vaz. It says more public Wi-Fi hotspots coming. Right? And we know what a public Wi-Fi hotspot is, right? If the University of the West Indies has a lot of public Wi-Fi hotspots, that's where if you just wherever you walk on the campus, you're just connecting from one hotspot to the next, so you're always online, and that's the infrastructure that the Jamaican government, especially Andrew Holness, that's the type of infrastructure that he's trying to build, right, or integrate into the Jamaican economy. Or that's why you always hear him talk about smart cities, building smart cities, and the whole push for smart cities in Jamaica not being left behind in the fourth industrial revolution and stuff like that, right? So the aim is to have enough so much hotspots over, right, the country, so that you're always online, the internet of things, you're always online. Because the thing is with RFID microchip, right, when when it does come to fruition, right, it will always be online. They will be able to do things like tracking your real time, data is always being transmitted from that, what I mean, from that small device to wheresoever the servers are, right? That's how they're collecting information. They're keeping your digital footprint. They're keeping track of everything you do, what you buy, what you eat, all. It will. It sounds far fetched, or something like, or sounds like something from um a sci-fi movie, you know what I mean? But hey, that's the aim that you're going for, because even when you look into the health industrial, you have stuff like smartwatches which monitors your heart rate, how much time, even your breaths, your water intake, stuff like that. All that information, all that technology will be, right, processed, let's say, for lack of a better term, compressed and put into that chip. So therefore, they will want to track your real time, and this is the reason for stuff like Wi-Fi hotspots, right, to always keep you online, you know. So that just shows you that, look, the infrastructure, it is being built. The Jamaican government was given, I think it was, if I can remember properly, 68 million US dollars to um, implement the NIDS, which is National Identification system, right? And we know that NIDS is a platform, or let's say a stepping stone, right, to the implementation of the RFID microchip as well. So these men have been paid to do this, they've been given money to get this done, therefore they're going to get it done. And you're just seeing an example right here. It says the government is targeting 28 out of 189 selected communities for the deployment of Wi-Fi hotspots by the end of October as it rolls out more public hotspots across the island. All and hey, this just tells it right there, yo. I don't think I have to go into it. Let me jump down a bit into it. It says, Technology Minister Darrell Vaz announced the rollout of the initiative and a number of undertakings in connectivity in the House of Representatives on Tuesday. He said the community component of the public Wi-Fi intervention is complementary to the provision of free Wi-Fi at major sites. Hey, look out for these words as well. These words are to compel the public, the mass, to hey, get into this. It's free, you know what I mean? And they know that Israelites, especially the so-called Jamaicans out here, which you guys are Benjamites, and hey, they know that these people love to see that word free, you know, free Wi-Fi at major sites under the Universal Service Fund (USF), which is spearheading this initiative in partnership with the National Works Agency. And I never looked up who the USF is. It's a good time to look into it right now. It says the USF is the Universal Service Fund is an agency under the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology mandated to ensure access to information and communication. And even though it might be read as they're mandated to ensure access to information and communication to the public, right? This just to the first thing that came to mind, right, is that look, this specific agency or whatever it is agency, right, is put in place so that, right, whenever it's needed, whosoever the higher powers, the higher ups, if whenever they need information, they can get it at any time. And I'll look further into this, but not into this video. Let me just save it right here. May do a separate video on it, right? But let's continue this. It says, which is spearheading this initiative in partnership with the National Works Agency. The expansion of public Wi-Fi spots is being rolled out in 4 phases, with the fourth and final stage being full deployment of the final 69 sites by the end of the first quarter of 2022-2023. Was also told the House that contracts have been awarded to 3 out of 7 sites from the original USF Hotspots program, which are to be set in Falmouth, Salvamar, Morant Bay, Lucia, Spanish Town, Port Marie, and Black River by the end of the financial year. Contracts have been awarded for 3 sites. All right, there's something that I want to get out of this real quick. All right, the government commit private internet. Connected file update. All right, so the pandemic has resulted in significant delays in the delivery of accessories and equipment, including routers, which are critical to the evacuation execution of the work. So that when we are talking about timelines for completion, we are now required to factor. No, so that isn't what I'm looking for. I think it's in the first paragraph. All 189 communities are expected to have hotspots fully developed by July next year. With the phase program, hotspots are expected to be deployed in 32 communities by January 2022 as the government races to narrow the gap in the digital divide. Right, this right here is a term that they use as a cover up, you know? They use terms like not being left behind, right? Um, Keeping up with in the race of the digital the industrial revolution, the fourth industrial revolution or the digital economy and stuff like these. They try to, let's say, persuade the minds of the Jamaican public because the thing is with Jamaicans, right, one thing that they, let's say, they are proud of is Jamaica, and when they see Jamaica on the world stage, like one thing is Olympics, hey, these people go bugged out, you know what I mean, because they believe that yes, Jamaica is the greatest, so when they use terms like these, it's like, let's say, a spell to the minds of these people because they say, "Oh, look, we're keeping up in the digital race, right, we're keeping up with major countries like America, I mean, the European countries and stuff like that, Hey, the people are gonna be more for this just so that the Jamaican name can be out there, you know. So these, yeah, look out for terms like our phases like these, you know. As the scripture says, we're not ignorant of his devices, and that's what I wanted to go into as well because they're even saying that, look, we're doing this rollout so that persons who are working at home can work from the convenience of their home and stuff like that, especially with the pandemic and the more work from home jobs and all of that jazz, they definitely are incorporating the saying that says never let a good crisis go to waste. That's what they're doing. They're never letting a good crisis go to waste, right? So this is First Corinthians 2 verse 11. It says, all right, so it's Second Corinthians 2 verse 11, right? It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right, so yeah, look out for these terms and pay mind. So this is where we are with the in also in the building of the digital infrastructure. We know that Jamaica, they're planning on launching their CBDC. I think it's in October. They planned for September. I don't think they've launched their pilot program for the central bank digital currency yet. I think they pushed it back to October. That will have to be looked into as well, right? But they were planning on launching it for the fourth quarter of this year, which is supposed to be from September to going all the way to December, and also uh, the NIDS as well. That's the pilot program for that will be released soon. So that's where we are in the implementation of the digital society. And also the implementation of the ultimately the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast once more. Daisy, all right. So, what is all right? So, Daisy Health Technology. What is Daisy Health Program? The Daisy Health Program is an ecosystem that keeps patients, physicians, and other medical service providers' data synchronized and readily acceptable. So, the Daisy Health Program, right? It's a system. They call it an ecosystem, a system that keeps a patient or keep, let's say, a year, right? Keep your medical information, right, synchronize, right? We know what the term synchronize mean. It means that though this information is the same across the board, so whichever hospital you go to, they have the same information. It's up to date, it's synchronized between um hospitals. That's for one. And then it organizes your records, your medical records, who your doctors, who your primary care physicians were, and just like that. It says, when was the DAISY program started? In 2019. Is the DAISY program only available in Jamaica? At the moment, the DAISY program is only available in Jamaica. How will the DAISY Health program assist medical service providers? When medical service providers sign up to the program, they will begin, and we know that providers are doctors, nurses, dentists, pediatricians, persons like those. When medical service providers sign up to the program, they will begin to recognize improved efficiency in the way they manage patients' care. With cloud storage, keep in mind, remember again, the RFID microchip, it will be what? Mainly online, and it will host all your information. So this right here is the integration of your medical information to the Internet of Things, which will then be stored, right, in the RFID microchip, And the cloud definitely plays a part in this, because the cloud is like an internet storage where you just upload things on the internet, and the internet, they're all stored, all right, on the internet. You want a file on the internet, right? And that's that's the reason why Wi-Fi hotspots are being built. It says with cloud storage, file storage and retrieval is more secured, fast and less cluttered. The convenience of it. Sweet words. Business analytics becomes easier. Hence, key business decisions can be made with accurate data. All right. Will my media records data be secure on the Daisy Health platform? The Daisy Health technology platform has the highest level security protocol in the industry. So yeah, of course they'll tell you that because they want you to feel safe and blah blah blah. Right. So yeah, you can look more into the Daisy program if you want to. Let me just drop this link in the description box, and then we'll move on to the scriptures. Yeah. Right. All right. Got it. Okay. Alright, I'll just post it in the comments here. Alright, those who want to check it out. Alright, good stuff. Let me post this one as well. Those who want to check it out. Alright, Now let's go back here. So this is Habakkuk 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So though it may even look like it's taking a while for first the digital infrastructure to be built, and then the implementation of the NIDS, and then the implementation ultimately of the RFID microchip, yo, it's all happening fast. For those who are looking on to see, yo, it's all happening really fast, right? A lot of technology are to the amount, I say to the amount of technology that's out there, right? You'd be surprised when you see a lot of them, yo. You'll be like, yo, I never know that this really existed, you know. Um, Let me get this as well. This is, and the reason why I wanted to get this one is because I just want to show you people that look, this, what's happening right here, yo, it's all in the works of these elites, yo. It's just because we have made, all right, so therefore, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, ye scornful men that rule this people which is in Jerusalem, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death and with hell or with agreement. So, scornful men that rule this people, Jerusalem, which Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, and it's referring to you. So, you Israelites, you so called niggers, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are the true biblical Israelites according to Scripture. This precept right here, it is giving a warning to the men that rule over you, your politicians, your celebrities, your pastors. It's giving a warning unto them. And then it goes on to say what they have made a covenant. But a covenant with who? A covenant with death, and with at hell they're at agreement. And that death and hell, it's Esau Edom, because the scripture refers to Esau Edom, the so-called white man, if you want to believe it or not, as the son of perdition. Let's look up what the word perdition means. Perdition. And the border of wickedness as well, right? It says complete or utter ruin, a state of eternal punishment and damnation, onto which a sinful man, unrepentant person passes after death. And that's Esau, yo. Sinful, unrepentant, men and women. That's what they are. Especially the elites of Esau, the ruling class, the Amalekites, right? Complete and utter ruin. So everywhere they go, yo, they spread death, ruin, unjust works, unrighteousness, you know, and these are the men that our leaders made a covenant with. So everything that you see, Daryl Vaz doing, technology minister, and a Tufton, the health minister, Andrew Holness, the prime minister himself, everything that you see them doing in regards to your digital infrastructure, the pandemic, and the laws and legislation affecting Jamaica, it's all been governed or mandated from a higher up, yo. They are only puppets on a world stage. They're only patsy man, frontman. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. So hey, don't be ignorant of what you people see happening here. Yeah, make use of it, yo. Make use of it definitely, but keep in mind that this is all being done with ulterior motives. You know what I mean? And that ulterior motive is the RFID microchip, which is the market beast. Once you see that playing out, and it isn't the NIDS. It isn't, right? It is. It, hey, Google RFID microchip. You'll see what it is, right? That's what it is. Now, when you see that come to fruition, you avoid that at all costs, yo. So I'm gonna close out giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahasham Makah Kodash, double honors to our apostles and elders of James Green and Stone. Peace, love, and salutations to the Akim in the four corners of this earth, pushing this word with all truth and sincerity. Shalom. And right after he got his visa, as at that too. Hey, this man is done with the cause, yo. Anyways, shalom.